crispy chicken is from a taco place.
This crispy chicken is from a taco place? The taco place? Taco place. It comes in a burrito, too?
From your taco place, it's also a chicken place that's also a taco place.
Check out the all-new Blue and Orange store at the Boise State Hall of Fame. The Blue and Orange store has your best game day gear. We're talking jerseys, hats, bumper stickers, car flags, more than 4,000 hats on the hat wall. If you want the best Boise State gear, make sure you check out the Blue and Orange store online at theblueandorangestore.com or the all-new Blue and Orange store down at the Boise State Allen Noble Hall of Fame.
It's the fall kickoff sale at Lithia Ford of Boise. It's the best time to trade in and trade up to a new Ford truck or SUV with the room to haul your payload or playload. Visit Lithia Ford of Boise, where Ford begins in Idaho.
Bronco fans, the new Boise State trading cars are here, and you can only get them at Jackson's. Start collecting them today. Jackson's, let's go!
And final blade of grass. Done. And done. Who knew it'd take 2,007 man-hours to paint 47,962,053 blades of grass? Smells like game day. Whoa, it's not dry yet.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Bronco Nation News Live is the only daily show that talks nothing but Boise State sports. And we do it with you. Give us your comments or questions in the ICCU YouTube chat. Or leave us a voicemail on the Signature Roofing voice inbox at speakpipe.com/BNN. BNN Live is presented by our title sponsor, RoadPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, and our major sponsors, Jackson's, Taco Bell, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, and the Blue and Orange store. For more coverage of Boise State athletics, check out the all-new BroncoNationNews.com, now part of the 247 Sports family. Now, here's five-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Welcome back to episode 2 of the RJ Keene Show, presented by Signature Roofing. For your roofing needs, go to mysignatureroofing.com. Just give them a call and they'll give you a free estimate. For today's guest, he does not need an introduction, but I'll give him one right now. Going to his 16th season at head coach at Boise State University, the winningest coach at Boise State history, sitting at 316 career wins, a future Hall of Famer, my coach, Leon Rice.
Thanks for the nice introduction, RJ. You're pretty good at this.
I mean,
yes.
it's pretty easy, you know. We've been dreaming about this, talking about this for a long time.
No doubt.
The fans know this is our potential future doing this.
I like it.
And the fans don't know, I'm giving away 2 courtside tickets to our game on Friday. We have a big one against the Vandals. All you have to do is comment a question, and we'll answer it, and we'll give you a great answer.
Okay. And how do they win the 2 tickets?
They're going to enter a raffle. It's going to be a wheel. BJ's going to give me a name. We're going to spin it.
Oh, that.
Yeah, they have to ask the question.
Phony wheel thing that you have, right? Where
BJ's been scamming people for like 8 years on that by now.
He tells it when to stop, and one of his,
That's why I get that brand new Easton bat.
Yeah.
Now let's get into it. On Friday, we have is this your earliest time ever playing in front of fans?
Yes,
you think?
100%. We've had some inner squads, some Midnight Madness things over the years, but by far this is the earliest game, and lo and behold, it's Idaho, and it's an old rival and means a lot to this state. So for a game like this to come this early is kind of a new thing for me.
Yeah, I'm not too found on the Idaho rivalry. I mean, I'm dedicated bleed blue now, but can you give me an intel on what it means to us and the fans and the players that are new on the team?
It was actually kind of shocking when I got here because I came from Gonzaga, and we had these epic battles with St. Mary's, but I got down here and I experienced this rivalry with Boise State and Idaho, and there was this almost bad blood and kind of a lot of angst in those games, and it was kind of shocking a little bit. But then once I settled into it, I grew to really appreciate it and how much it meant to all the fans, and every arena would be sold out when we played it, and so early on it was a lot of fun, and I think we had about 7 of those games since I've been here.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool opportunity. I was walking around the tailgates, and all the older fans are coming to me like, "Do you understand the pedigree of this rivalry?" And I'm like, to be honest, not really. But going back, I saw Derek March's comments on our posts and see how much it means to him. I think it's gonna be a pretty cool game. I'm excited. It's gonna be, we get to play on that hockey rink that we love playing at. And we're gonna give them a good game.
No, it's gonna be a lot of fun for the fans, and we hope we have a great crowd on both sides. And you just get a sneak peek into both teams. Like you said, it's so early that you use these as a big growth thing. But when you put Idaho on a jersey and Boise State on a jersey, both teams want to win.
Yeah, and I truly can't wait for that. We get to play games in 72 hours, baby.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's coming quick.
So let's get to a topic of culture. I mean, Idaho and Boise, they have 2 good cultures. And what makes our culture at Boise State so different from other programs, you think?
Well, I think when you look from top to bottom, everybody in this program came here for a reason. They came here, they want to be part of a family that cares about development, that cares about long-term growth, that likes to be around each other. We have fun at practice. We compete hard. And then, we kind of got a lot of guys that come from all different backgrounds, but they kind of share that characteristic of they care about their teammates, they play for each other, they play for the Boise State first, and they want to leave a legacy, leave this place better than they found it. So, when you get a group that's all buying into that, it makes for a pretty special culture.
Yeah, especially the NIL era, the transfer portal. You get a lot of new guys every year. And we've done a great job the last 5 years of blending. We have another special team where we get along so well. And how do you build chemistry with new guys coming in like that?
Yeah, and that, I'm looking at some of these teams like Baylor.
There's a whole new team.
A complete new team.
It's crazy.
So, Baylor's always been a good program. Coach Drew's got them. They won a national championship. They played at the highest level. But how in the world can you even speculate if they're going to be good, not good, when you're starting from scratch with a whole new team? I coached junior college for a while at Yakima. When I left Yakima and went to Gonzaga, I remember thinking, God, the thing that I won't miss about being at a JUCO is starting over every year. Yeah. Well, now that's what the NIL era has done with a lot of the programs. And so we've been able to retain a good nucleus, keep the right guys, and go out and get the right guys. And that's a credit to my staff. Some of this stuff has to be done quickly, but they do a lot of research, and we brought in great guys.
Yeah, we normally keep our kind of core every year, and everybody else's core is gone.
Right.
And it's special. And I think it's why our guys want to be here, and it's why we want to play for you and everything. So I heard we got some 8 questions coming in. Let's get them going down the road.
There we go.
We got a question from Grant. Who do you predict to be the leading scorer for the Broncos this year? I think I have my answer, and he's my Mountain West Player of the Year. Do you know who that is?
I'll bet you're going to say Javen.
Yeah, so I think Javen Buchanan's on a whole different level. He's healthy. He's playing at elite level. Guys can't really guard him in practice that much. And he's going to be a hell of a player.
Yeah, but we've also, you look at Meadows' last 12 games here this last year, he's scoring a lot, and he can score in bunches. I think Javen's versatility gives him more ways to score maybe, but the way Meadow attacks on those drives this year with his physicality, he's made a jump there. And then, some of our big guys are scoring the ball well. We got a point guard that
can get downhill.
We haven't seen him for a month,
especially
a while. So, you got guys that can turn the corner. And so there'll be a lot of surprises that guys, that's why you got to come out to the Idaho game, get to see these guys, all the new guys, all the veterans, because the veterans have gotten better.
Yeah, we have a highly talented team this year, and you want to come Friday to go see us. Earliest we've ever played, and I think you guys are going to love us. Ooh, let's get another comment. I saw this one good one, and I have this question too. Leon, how long are you going to coach for?
That's it. Wow, just come out.
BJ says the media is kind of soft with the hard-hitting questions. I heard that earlier, and I'm like, I might as well read the tough ones. I feel like Leon could coach forever.
That's how I feel.
He's aging like fine wine over here.
Yeah, right, exactly. But you're at practice every day. You're in our meetings. If I felt like I didn't have the energy, didn't have the enthusiasm, wasn't excited to be there, wasn't doing a good enough job, then I feel like I walk away. But I don't even come close to feeling that way. I enjoy you guys. I think we all do. When we're out of practice, it's just the best, and there's nothing better than that. I love being around the guys, the staff, all that stuff, and I love to compete. And if I took that away from myself, I don't know what the heck I do. I couldn't play golf every day. I couldn't play pickleball every day. I can do that in some stretches, but I think I need a little more than that right now.
And people don't know, if we're not competing after practice, we're competing over the scores of the game.
No doubt.
We're giving each other trivia questions.
Yeah.
That's honestly my favorite time is after practice. Me and you are just eating, and we're just talking sports.
And that's, all the guys, like former athletes that retired and coaches that retired, that's the thing they miss the most is the camaraderie. And then, the seasons, the ups and downs, and the getting through stuff with teams, and having to work through the valley of death, and the lessons you learn from that, and the getting to see the guys grow and go on. And, that's the cool thing about staying here for so long is all these guys come back. My neighborhood's littered with former players.
You got Sanchez, Boucher.
Sanchez.
Yellow Miles running around. It's a whole zoo over there.
So that's what you love as a coach is, like Ryan Watkins goes away and plays and comes back, and Derek Marks, those guys come back in the summer, Abu, all these guys that we're so proud of, and we're still part of their life, and we're still trying to help them and coach them, and that's a lifelong thing. And that's the older you get, the more you appreciate that kind of stuff as a coach.
Yeah, as a player, like I am more in touch with the guys I play with here than like anyone else. It's kind of cool. Like I'm got invited to Marcus Shaver's wedding. I talked to Abu, Milana, and Armush. Like those are guys that have lasted an impact in this program.
Right.
And it's cool.
And that's what that's what a good culture does. And that's what we have here is these are going to be your lifelong friends. You're going to be in each other's weddings. Somebody will name their kid RJ someday.
I hope not.
Can't wait to meet that kid.
Yeah, that'll be RJ3 is going to be my kid.
Yeah.
Someone said, is RJ still allowed to be the host of recruiting visits?
Well, you're aging out of that.
I got asked today to be a recruiting visit.
The what?
I got asked to be Brady's host today.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because my percentage is very good on people committing.
Well, the only thing you could do is screw this up.
Yeah, that's true. He's already committed.
I can't talk about players that aren't signed, and I can't talk about recruiting, and so. But
with DA's visit,
I can talk about you aging out of this process. Maybe the kids we're bringing in are
They were in 7th grade when I was coming here.
Yeah,
like actually, like that's a full on fact.
Yeah,
they were 13 years old.
Yeah,
when I was a freshman in college.
That's crazy.
Which ages well.
You can host transfers, and hey, you can give these young guys some wisdom, and what you've gone through here, and so it's always good. You do a good job.
Yeah, with DA's visit here, he told me the other day the reason why he committed is because how I talked about the teammates, how he wanted other people to come, how me and you got along at the dinner table. He says he's never met a player coaching staff that got along like we did at that dinner, and I'm like, that's just a representation of our culture and our program.
Right.
It's so special.
No doubt.
But another question I wanted to read is, Coach, what do you think your 40 time is? I saw that question there earlier.
Boy, it's you probably have to time it with a calendar now. It's not even on a stopwatch. I saw BJ doing a pro day test. I know I could beat him.
You saw his vertical leap?
Yeah, I could beat him in the 40. And I wanted to challenge that T-Dog. I think I could have some tricks up my sleeve and treats that I could throw. And
apparently there's technical difficulties going behind the scenes with BJ.
Yeah.
But there was another question the guy asked Mike Burns. He said, who benches more, Mike Burns or Coach Rice? That was a question the guy asked earlier.
We're not in the same. Well, he's lost a lot of weight, so he's getting closer to my weight bracket. But Burns is like a big mule. Like he can just lift a lot.
I know, he's like a hawk.
But I got him in pull-ups. I know that. But he's got some old man strength,
some psychopath strength.
Yeah, he does. That's it. He does. Oh, yeah. Bernie's a Stairmaster king. There's only 2 people that ever use that Stairmaster in the weight room. Him and Heather, the women's assistant. They've been using it forever, and it's the worst. It's like a torture machine.
It's the only reason why Whitmer keeps in there, because Bernie.
Yeah, and Heather.
Yeah, they love using. Every time I see Bernie's just sweating, hunched over, his posture's all messed up.
He can just grind. That's why I call him the mule. He could put 10,000 pounds on his back, and he could carry it.
Yeah, he could. I saw another cool question there, and it's kind of a new coach we have. I want to talk about Coby Karl and how he's impacted recently and how special it is to have him back with his insight and his knowledge.
Yeah, Coby and I our friendship grew as we got to know each other more because I didn't coach him. I have a funny story, though, about recruiting Coby. So I was at Gonzaga, and he was playing on Friends of Hoop Milwaukee, and they had a really good kid on that team. It was Ernie Grunfield's son. And the kid was a really good player. He was a high-level player. And Coby was looked like a little kid,
Yeah, he's a late bloomer.
Yeah, he looked like Noah. He's so young, and but you knew this guy's gonna be good. So I walk into the gym, and this is at the era of Gonzaga when we wanted to recruit and beat the best in recruiting. We didn't want to get the guys that they didn't want. We wanted to step in and beat them. And so I walk into the gym, and all the NBA moms are there, like Kobe's mom and Grunfield's mom and all these NBA moms. They walk in and oh, great, Gonzaga, oh, you got a good program, good. Well, you guys, who are you here to recruit? And I'm like, Grunfield. They're like, oh, you guys can't get him. You should recruit Coby. And I'm like, screw that. I don't want Coby. I want Bronco. I want the best player. Well, so we didn't get Grunfield. He went to Stanford, and he ended up having a good career, but he got hurt late in his career. But Coby just grew and got better and had work ethic, all the things that you really can't see sometimes in recruiting. It's like the Dame Lillard stuff. You can't measure that heart sometimes. And so, in a short period of time. But I remember it was my, our egos that got us no, don't tell us who we can't recruit. And, but that's that chip on our shoulder that we had. And then that I brought here too is no, we want to recruit the best guys, don't give us your 3rd or 4th best guy. We want the best guys on the team. And at the time, Coby will tell you that. But to this day, I always teased him about that. But I admit it, I made a mistake.
And Coby is. He's very competitive.
Oh,
that probably makes him mad.
Oh, it does. And then, I'll never pick him on my pickleball team, so he gets mad about that too. We got to be good friends, though. And but the cool thing for you guys and for our staff is it's bringing us a whole new perspective. I mean, this is a guy that was a self-made player that ended up playing in the NBA, was for some great coaches with some great teammates, his stories he has, and he's a coach's kid, so he gets the game on a higher level because he's been around it his whole life. He won a G League championship, won the G League tournament, has been on an NBA bench with the Sixers.
Yes.
I mean, his experiences have been amazing.
Unreal.
So it's a great mentor for you guys. And the coolest part, he's a Boise State alumni. So you got Berto and him who played in the NBA that went through this place, and this place changed them. And, it's so cool that they're on the staff. And because that's the thing, not just here, but a lot of places, the place that you're at in college means a lot more to you as you get older and appreciate it more and what it did for your life. And that's what we see with Berto and Coby. They're awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty rare to have 2 former NBA players on your staff that played at that university.
Right.
And it's something I'm special to be a part of. But if you're joining right now, we got Coach Leon Rice here, episode 2, RJ Keene Show at mysignatureroofing.com for your roofing needs. We have a large crowd here. BJ's buying too many drinks, I think.
Oh, yeah. BJ, there we go.
If you're a B&N supporter.
Oh, we got Andrew Rose here, too.
Rose here, sponsored by Rowe Painting. Yeah. I saw that ad earlier.
Yeah. Did you ever see him just get destroyed by that team he had to play in my driveway?
I think I did see that.
Have you seen that? It's
is that the new commercial?
That's the new one.
I did see that.
Yeah. Has that dropped, BJ? I don't know.
You showed me this sneak peek of it a while ago.
Yeah, I gave you a sneak peek. It was quite a ball game. Those guys had trained to play Andy, and they kind of stuck it to him.
So if you have a question, drop your questions down below.
Yes.
Oh, Andy Rose here. He's making an appearance. Grab the microphone, Andy.
Yes. We were talking about how you had to play some really good team in my driveway, and there was no coaching that could have helped that situation. It was just hopeless.
Well, to be honest, I was a little bit outgunned there. I will say that it wasn't man-to-man, if you will. There was several of them, but I do feel like I was prepared. Coach, he put me through my paces ahead of it. Now, this is all coming to a video screen near you very, very soon with the launch of basketball season. So you guys are going to get to see this for yourselves in person.
It hasn't
released yet?
It hasn't dropped yet. We were waiting for the game 1 of the season to approach, but I will say that I have never been coached harder than Coach Rice put me through my paces that day. I feel like I became a better basketball player, yes, but a better man for sure, better leader of the company. So, yeah, all the props in the world for Coach Rice and what he does.
Was it a better workout than what Phil Beckner put BJ Range through that one time?
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. He almost
back to me. Well, I can't speak to what BJ Raines did on that day. I don't know if I've seen the footage yet. Maybe we need to roll the footage. But I will say that I was gassed. I was winded. They did not bring in the AED, but it was close. I was definitely, you guys will see it for yourselves. It was quite the process.
Well, I can't wait for that commercial to drop.
Yeah, we need that to drop soon.
Thanks, Andy.
Thank you for coming. So if you have any questions, drop them below. We're going to give away 2 courtside tickets to our game on Friday versus the Idaho Vandals. It's going to be a good one. It's the earliest we're ever playing. We want you to be there, be loud, wear your Bronco gear, wear your blue and orange, and it's going to be a fun game.
2 courtside. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I saw him on SeatGeek this morning. I'm like, hey, let's get the fans involved and let's make a little big purchase for it. So
there we go.
Shout out to Signature Roofing for making that happen.
That's awesome.
And another comment I got was, what about AJ Few? AJ Few sent me a little question about,
oh boy,
what's the Gaslight Tavern? Is there any backstory about the Gaslight Tavern, Coach Rice?
That's where I got my start. Yeah, I was a
Give me a backstory on that.
Well, out of college, I was student teaching, and then I was teaching migrant night school, substitute teaching, managing a bar, coaching football, coaching basketball. I was just working all the time, but I really latched onto that bartending job, and then I became the bar manager at the Gaslight. It was a great experience.
And then you worked your way up, and then now you're here, Richland Bombers grad. And then
I learned customer service there. I learned I love being a bartender. It was so much fun. Now, it's a hard job. age about 9 years every year you do the job, especially at that place because it was a pretty happening place.
We do have a question from the crowd here when you guys are ready for
Question from the crowd. Let's go.
Atkinson's Mirror and Glass. Shout out
Oh, there we go.
shout out
I can't see.
Atkinson's.
Very good.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Doug. Hey, on episode 1, we got Coaches Burns foot stomp. Leon, what has RJ done that has just really pissed you off?
That has what?
Pissed you off.
Oh boy. Yeah. Well, and we don't,
This show will never end.
This is a PG show, so I can't. Yeah. Well, there's a
I'm
lot
trying
of
to keep
that.
my eligibility.
A lot of that stuff has to stay in the locker room, and RJ knows. Like, well, if he doesn't play hard enough, because he's shown me how hard he can play. So when he tried to give it the slide this fall, let me just pace myself, like some of the veterans try to do. He got to feel a little bit of the wrath of, because he's the one that set the standard of how hard he plays, and that's why our fans love him. He plays harder than anybody we've maybe had in this program, but he wasn't living up to that standard for about a week, and so he got to feel the wrath there a little bit. And
Yeah, I got a loud yelling at film, which was much deserved, and it woke me up. And the beast is back because our season's right here.
Yeah. So,
Okay, so I got a question for you, RJ.
Yes, sir.
So I got to say that in all fun, we had a great time filming with Coach Rice. He's the consummate professional, and he takes everything that he does very seriously, and he's very exacting in it. I was blown away that even a simple commercial for a simple paint company, he's showing up, and he's showing up as the very best. Well, we got a chance to have a little bit of a visit, and I'll be honest and vulnerable. Row painting, last couple of years, we've had some big challenges in our company. Coach Rice recommended a book to me called Shoe Dog, like Bill Knight. And I haven't told you this, and I've been meaning to sit down and send you a message about it, but I will say that is probably the book that has touched me the deepest in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I laughed. I cried. This is literal. Literally laughed, cried. This book touched me at such a high level, and I thought, man, for Coach Rice to listen to what I was going through, really hear it, and then give me some feedback and give me a resource that I could go to that made me better, in my opinion, as a dad, as a business owner, and as a human being. What has Coach Rice done for you in his coaching, his mentoring of you that has had a significant or positive impact on you since you've been here?
Thank you, Andy. That's great stuff.
Yeah, that's a great question. But a lot has not been through basketball. I think the toughness-wise, I came in here as a soft kid from the suburbs of the Woodlands, Texas, that didn't like to rebound, that didn't like to dive on the floor. And then I realized, I'm not playing right now. How can I get on the court? And Coach Rice, he said, I can't use the words what he says, but let's just say he says, go out there and play hard and give it your all. But at the end of the day, I didn't realize these are not just basketball lessons. These are life lessons. I take this with me every day now, like to give my all with everything I do and play my hardest. And I didn't realize how much of an impact that had on me and my community. Going back to last year, I came in here as a sharpshooter. I came in here as a shooter. All I thought I was to do was sit in the corner and shoot threes in college basketball, had my 4 years, but no, I turned the guy that broke his nose, broke his jaw, and broke his toe, and that just plays hard. And I play for him, and I play for Bernie, I play for all that staff. And it just taught me the life lessons of just going out there and competing, man, just having the best time of my life. And I don't know, it gets me emotional. Just I'm very blessed to have him as a coach and very blessed to be here. And I'd probably say just playing hard. He got that out of me. There was no one that could get that out of me besides him. He knows how to keep a relationship off the court and on the court to maintain a perfect way of coaching style. And I think that's what he does really well. And that's why we're so successful here. What is it? He has 12, 20-plus win seasons here. He has 316 career wins here. He's going to have a statue out there by Lyle Smith. And I'm just blessed to be a part of it. I want to be impact and get some winning.
Well, that's pretty nice, you guys. I appreciate that. But the thing I want us to understand is that the time just moves so fast, and you're going to look back on it and you're either going to regret that you didn't put more into it, or you're going to be at peace with that where, man, I put everything into it and had the greatest time. It's not all going to go your way. It's not all going to be smooth sailing and hearts and flowers, but you're going to grow through all that. And then you're going to be looking back at that and going, man, I gave everything I had to my teammates, that program, and I had a great time with it. And we approach every day that way. And, I think as you get more advanced in your career, you understand how blessed you are to have those opportunities, and that in a moment they can be gone. And so you don't ever want to look back on that as missed time, or like, I didn't enjoy that practice because I was worried about the game, or I was worried. No, I want to be there for our guys every day. I want them to be there for each other every day. And we just enjoy that. And then we have no regrets. And if someone, if we can go and play as hard as we can and play together, and somebody's good enough to beat us, we'll shake their hand, look them in the eye, and we'll go and get better. But that's just how we approach it. And it's been a lot of fun that way. And we aren't going to have any regrets when it's done and when time's done.
Now, Coach, Ashley Jones chimed in with a response to your question about when was the time that he pissed you off the most. She said, wouldn't that be when he was wearing Utah gear?
that did make him pretty mad, I'll tell you that.
Well, yeah,
but we learned.
Yeah, and like I said before, I talked about it a little bit before, is, you don't make decisions or when you're angry, and you get through that, and then you look at the problem, and when I broke it down, I was like, it wasn't about, I know these guys, and they're loyalist guys, and, he's the one that, he'd run through a wall for the Broncos and the Bronco Nation and all that. So I was like, no, we're not questioning loyalty. We'll help them with their judgment and educate them. And, but there is a side that I want them to be college kids in some ways, but they're caught in between a little bit nowadays because they are professionals. So we have to teach them how to be a professional and what that means. And, that's a bit of the trade-off, is the being straight college kids doesn't really exist for these guys anymore. Hey, you take the good with the bad. There's a lot of benefits to their situation now that they didn't have before, that the older guys have talked to them about. But there's also trade-offs that they don't get to be like they were 20 years ago or 10 years ago, where they could just go do that and fit in and blend in and have a fun day somewhere else. And, it changes. So it's a learning lesson. That's the way we approach it. And the response was perfect. It's, that's what I would tell these guys. It's never the crime. It's always the cover up. You got to respond the right way and respond like men and handle the problem. And that's what these guys do.
Sarah Keene says next question was good.
Yeah, we actually got something pretty cool. The clothing drive. I saw a Sam Merrill Utah State jersey.
I saw that.
You saw that?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Sam Merrill Utah State jersey.
I know who gave that too.
Yeah, if people don't know, you got to give an old jersey from like a different team, and you got to enter to win like a Boise State jersey. So we got something cool out of it. There was a bunch of jerseys, a bunch of Vandals gear, and it came out something pretty cool. And we learned, me and my buddies on my team, and we moved on from it.
Yeah, it's water under the bridge. No big deal.
So with anyone joining right now, I'm with Coach Rice. It's sponsored by Signature Roofing, RJ Keene Show, episode number 2. For this segment,
does Sarah Keene have a question? Did she?
I told my mom to take it easy on the comments because normally she's like flooding it and she like has an input on everything. But I see her in there, and I'm gonna get to her question
I can't
pretty
believe she
soon.
doesn't have a question.
No, she has a lot of questions, Coach. But I have a new segment. It's called "Who You Got, Coach."
What's it called?
Who You Got.
Who You Got.
It's players and coach edition. I'm giving you a scenario, and you have to answer what player and coach would you put in this scenario. So
got it.
My first question's, who's getting lost on the team trip?
Ethan.
That's a no-brainer. Who's most likely to forget the play right after you draw it up?
Noah.
That's fair.
Yep.
So you're in a karaoke contest. Which coach are you bringing on stage with you?
Well, there's a lot of good answers there, because I would take some of them just because I'd love to hear how bad they are.
Yeah, there's a lot. Like Darian would be awful.
I would love to hear that.
That'd be everyone would laugh at him.
But for pure entertainment purposes, you got to take Bernie. Yeah.
You know, Bernie had some like music day back in his day, his little grunge band.
He's got a long history of. He's got like a Forrest Gump. I was a bat boy for the Mariners. I was,
Yeah, it was a music production.
All the music stuff. It's crazy.
So if our bus breaks down, who's the last person you would trust to drive the team bus?
The last person I would trust to drive the team bus, Teams.
I think teams would kind of be sneaky
Oh yeah,
good.
he kind of looks like a
he
bus
looks like
driver.
a little normal bus driver.
Yeah, no
like I saw him
doubt,
pick up on the city bus.
That's true. I could see that. That could be a side hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me change that. That's a good point. I don't know. Maybe the bus driver thing triggered it. I would probably say, gosh, it's got to be one of our.
I would think that you're young bucks, right?
Oh yeah. I wouldn't want Bun.
I would not want Bun.
No, he would drive on the wrong side of the road.
He wouldn't know what way to go.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's good. Oh,
no offense, Bun.
Yeah, no offense. Great guy.
The best.
Who's most likely to fall asleep during film?
Oh,
we've had that happen in the past. Remember Najee Smith snoring during film?
Oh yeah. Well, it's some of those front row young guys. I think I can't pick anybody there
because we've been picking on the same guys.
Yeah, exactly. But I might go B-man. The guy works like 3 jobs. Yeah. He's always out there working. I looked up one day because I knew he'd worked for like 10 hours. Putting in, schmoutzes lawn.
B-man's doing 9 to 5 in Jackson
and practicing and school, and so I just let him sleep. Yeah.
Andrew Meadows shot me a question. He said for the bus it would be Mason Hart.
Oh,
we wouldn't let him drive. Yeah,
that'd probably be a good choice, Andrew.
Okay, you're in a scary movie. Who's surviving till the end?
Oh, okay.
Who do you think's making it? Like, who do you think has the wittiness to make it throughout the whole movie?
Lexus, because he would hide behind, Bernie, and
for sure he's witty with that.
Yeah, he would fake like he's out there in front, but then he'd be hiding behind. Yeah, and then he could outrun some people, so they would get killed before him. Yeah.
Well, Lex, that is the perfect. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Who's the biggest drama queen when it comes to fouls being called at practice? Because you're kind of a part of the referee crew there, and you can make some calls.
Again, that's got to be Ethan.
For sure. Yeah. He's getting better, though, than what he used to be.
Yeah. The funniest was when he shoved you out of bounds, and he was like, no, I didn't touch him. And
that was when I killed Randy.
And he just knocked you out of bounds. And,
that was when Randy Rice was at practice, Leon's brother with the dogs. He's daycaring him. Yeah. It was last play of the game, and I saved the ball. Ethan two-hand shoves me. I lay Randy out. I get a little bone bruise. Randy's on the floor stumbling.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good times.
And Ethan didn't think he touched you.
Ethan had no idea.
But he's getting better at that. He's improving at everything he's doing. So
I don't
want to pick on Ethan.
No, let's get to our young guys. I mean, we just talked a lot about them, and I think we have a very bright young core. And
great young guys.
With the NIL day and age, people don't go after young core, and I think we have a very solid dudes that could be in the NBA, that will be in the NBA, that will be all team Mountain West.
Yeah, if they just, it's about you guys helping them with the process and understanding that everything takes time and where they want to go and what their talent could take them to. It takes patience. You look back at Tyson's career here, I think it was his first 6 or 7 games. He didn't play that much. And then he got his break and he ended up starting for 4 years. And we have a lot of stories like that, with James Webb and Chandler and guys that they kind of went through the valley of death and they just kept plugging away. And we got some young guys that if they'll do that and just keep going and showing up every day, and they're doing a great job of that.
Oh yeah,
they're doing a great job of that, and that's probably been the thing that's impressed me the most is our young guys, how much they're getting better, and all of them,
and they're pushing us as veterans too. Because normally the young guys, they just get that mindset of I'm coming here to redshirt, I'm coming here, but no, they're pushing us to make us even better. Right. How better is Javen's defending because Spencer's out there shooting threes, and how defense is Bond. We have some talent, and I think we're AG getting in the paint, feeding our shooters.
And the way AG guards you guys, and it was, you guys were whining about all the fouls, but those guys were just getting after it. I loved it.
And it was making us better. And
no doubt.
We didn't realize at the time, and so what? We get some bone bruises. I mean, it's going to make us stronger, and it makes us more capable. I have a question for you. What's your favorite place to go play on the road?
Ooh,
in the Mountain West.
Just in the Mountain West?
Just in the Mountain West, because I have mine.
My favorite might be San Diego State.
Because we get there a couple days early, we get to see the sun rays. Our vitamin D's through the roof.
No doubt. Their fans kind of have a cool. I mean, if you're not getting some goosebumps when you're playing at San Diego State, you're not a competitor.
Well, that's what you live for. I mean, dreaming about being a coach or dreaming about being a player, you live to play in those environments.
Yeah, and I love their fans actually, and that they show up. There's, I don't know, that's a huge arena.
Yeah,
and
it's
just
crazy.
a cool vibe, and we've had great battles with them. Dutch and I are friends, and a ton of respect for their program, and that's just a neat, healthy rivalry that we feel good about, and it's an honor to get to play there. Really.
No,
They're hosting the first round of the tournament this year too, Coach. So you wouldn't mind playing down there a second time, maybe, if you got a chance at some point. But
I had no idea.
That tournament, yes.
Yes. There is a question here, Coach. Ken Palm ranked you the 21st ranked coach in the country. What does that mean to you or say about you or the program? Too low, the folks are saying in the crowd here.
Which way is low? Yeah.
During some of the other coaches in this league.
Those things are nice and great honors, but it all always goes back to the players. If you don't have good players and you don't have a good administration to help you, there's a lot of good coaches out there that are in tough situations, that there's nothing they can do about it. Especially now with NIL, it's changed it so much. So, that's where it is for me. It's just any honor that any of us receive or any accolades, it's really a reflection on our whole program. Any honor or coaching honors, like Coach of the Year stuff, that goes to my assistants, because without that's really what makes the program, because they're all their boots on the ground. They're the ones grinding. They're the ones doing so much of the recruiting and the planning we've got an amazing staff, and we've had a lot of coaches come through and watch us and pick our brains, and they always go away so impressed with our whole operation. And it's never just one guy. Not any successful head coach will tell you that, and that's where I feel so blessed with my staff and the great players that we have had here and that we have now.
I was just surprised you were one spot behind Bill Self. Like, how was he ahead of you? He was 20, you were 21. I mean, come on, Ken Palm.
You would have been outraged, BJ, had he been ahead of me.
Yeah, BJ would quote tweet and try to click
ahead of him. Yeah, he would have been like, you would have used your burner account and just destroyed it. Yeah. Yeah, that's some pretty good coaches in that list. And, when you take it as a grain of salt. That's the thing, kind of our deal. If we're not going to pay attention to the criticism too much, we can't pay attention to the praise too much. You just kind of stay even keel.
Somebody did mentioning Ken Palm, though. You guys started at 53rd in the preseason rankings, and I know you don't care a lot about that, but the Maui tournament, there's like 6 top 100 teams in there. You look at where St. Mary's is at, Butler. I mean, those things do matter, the rankings and all that. And you guys, what do you think about 53rd? Somebody said
the Ken Palm is important, and those are important. And really, we've had to fight our way in. We were starting so low in some of those, not so low, but when you start at 85, it's hard to move all up. If you start in the top 20 or up there, it's harder to fall out of that, especially if you're playing a tough schedule and a good schedule and you win some of those. So where you start is important. And, that's predictive analytics, which is not a great way to select a tournament, but you got to start somewhere. And so I think that's a pretty darn good place with the opportunities we have in front of us.
So thank you for joining us right now. We have Coach Leon Rice. We're going to keep it going. We got some good questions in the comments. Sponsored by Signature Roofing. Go to mysignatureroofing.com for your roofing needs. You can call them. You get a free estimate. Coach, I want to say thank you. I think we have some more questions coming in.
Awesome.
But I have a couple more questions for you, actually.
This is going quick. It just flies by.
Can you believe it's already 45 minutes?
I know. Let's go.
Me and Coach could talk forever.
Here we go.
So what's something you've changed your mind over the years on your coaching philosophy?
That's a good, that's interesting. Well, as a coach, one of the things I always want to do is keep learning, keep getting better, I remember I was impacted by Jerry Tarkanian, when he asked my opinion about rebounding, because, I've always been a rebounding coach, and he wanted to know what we did. And I remember thinking, well, I'm coming from Yakima Junior College. This guy's won a national championship, and he's wanting to learn and want to learn from me. I said, I want to be like that. And I think that really helped me through the years. So, you want to be a person that like should be embarrassed by who you were 15 years ago because you got so much better. And I think, I've evolved, I've learned, I've always trying to stay cutting edge, trying to keep evolving. And, so I don't think I could pick one thing. I think it's kind of everything that
just over the years.
Yeah.
So if you weren't a basketball coach, what would you be doing right now?
I'd be, the answer. I'd be running a doggy daycare where we have, and remember my idea too,
you told me about it. Yeah, you'd have Billy goats.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. People would come from miles around.
That's so good.
Dogs would have so much fun and scare the goats and they'd fall down.
When's Joachim's dog gonna get the call up Willis at practice?
Yeah, Willis is a terror though. He might like chase you guys around the gym. And
so if people don't know, Czar and Stella come to a lot of our practices. They're great visitors. They're super nice. Larry Stacy used to be who they used to follow around, but Willis is Leon's third adopted dog.
Oh yeah, he's the neighbor dog. Comes over every day and knows how to open my door. And he's a gentleman. He comes, wakes me up in the morning. And
does Joachim wonder why he doesn't eat dinner at his house and only at yours?
Oh yeah. Well, he knows that I'm a softie, and so they all come over. All the neighborhood dogs come over and they watch games with me and help me scout. And Willis would love to come to practice. I'm going to have to do that.
Yeah, because I've been asking about that for the last 3 years
he'll bark at everybody.
I know. He's scared a couple of the new guys.
Yeah, no doubt.
Coach, what's your go-to pregame snack? Like when you're eating the meal, like are you superstitious with what do you do before games? Or
I
you
try
just like
not to be. I fight that so much.
Yeah, I think that I don't like to do that
I don't
either.
like, because then you get
too caught up in the mess.
Yeah, too many things to think about. And, we eat pregame together, all of us, and we've only been eating the same meal for about 40 years. It kind of grows tiresome, but
I don't do pasta in the off season. I'll tell you that.
It doesn't seem like I eat that much during the season. You just get going and going and going and kind of just survive.
Sky, we have a question.
Okay.
Best handles of all time that you have coached at Boise State.
Lashard Anderson. You see how quick I got to that?
That was very quick.
I never saw him. He could operate in tight spaces like you would.
What years did he play here?
My first year.
So 2010?
Yeah, 2010. And he was a holdover, and he hadn't played point guard that much for the previous staff. And we really invested him as a point guard. And by his last 15, 20 games, he was one of the best point guards on the West Coast. But he could get that ball in tight spaces and I never saw him lose it. Never. That was pretty amazing. Derek Ravio had that thing on a string, but not the way Lashard did.
Well, a pure sharpshooter. I saw that question earlier.
Ravio has to be one of the – he was a freak.
You think if you go home, someone will kind of be mad at that answer?
If I what?
So if you go home, someone might be mad at that answer? Pure sharpshooter? Do you have a son that might be one of the
I always forget about him. But Max could do some freaky things. Well, we've got a lot of great shooters here, guys that could stand there and make 100 out of 105. I mean, the
Meadow
ball
probably has the record of Jessup is no longer the Jessup.
There. I mean, I could rattle off a bunch of them.
No doubt. Coach some great shooters. We have another question.
Yeah, so this is going to be a two-part question. In your time at Boise State, hardest loss, most exhilarating win?
Oh, that's a hard thing. You always remember all the losses. You can be 29-2 and you're going to remember, and people are going to ask you about that. Well, who are your two losses? I've had that situation in my life. It's tough. I don't know. That's the thing I really, really work hard at doing, is not ever getting too high or too low. And that's easier said than done, because some of those losses are devastating. Some of those senior night losses, you have a couple of those throughout the years. And those are so hard because you want your seniors to go out with a win. And there's just there's too much emotion on those. We got to revisit that and how we do it, because those are a recipe for disaster. I mean, we've gone to other places and beaten them on senior night, and we've lost a couple senior night games. Those ones stick with you because you want those guys to go out the right way on their home court. So those are pretty devastating. And then the season ending ones are always devastating when you have these great groups that you don't want to say goodbye to. The Memphis loss, because that was a tough job. They had 3 NBA players. They were a top 8 team to start the year. They were a
12-game win streak.
Yeah, they were a really talented team, and we were good that year. We battled back. We kind of got punched, but we fought back, and we were in that game at the end. But then to have to say goodbye to that group, that was a special, special group. That you were here then, weren't you?
Yeah, that was 5 years ago, and I was a part of that squad.
Yeah,
and
that's crazy. You were here.
That was probably the most connected team I've ever been a part of.
And they were just warriors. We had so much fun. We had fun on the road together.
I think that was the most laugh.
I know.
I think it was the most laughter
and then
ever.
There was another play when Naj picked the guy clean, and we were coming back, right?
Yep.
And Jerry Pollard called the foul and just kind of reacted, and it was, it was questionable. And that was a kind of a big play at but that you can't narrow it down to one play. But
Somebody said the Oregon half quarter, Lexus.
Oh, that was pretty amazing. Yeah.
That was probably Lexus Burner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lexus, of course. Yeah. Yeah. No, there's been so many great ones. And then there's so many tough ones that you wouldn't even know were the tough ones where it was hard to put the team back together, or, you knew how hard it was going to be for the team. So, or when a player really felt like it was on him, those are the worst. I hate those.
So if you have any more questions, we're giving away 2 courtside tickets to our game on Friday. Make sure you drop them below. We're 5 minutes away. And don't forget to keep tuning in for the Riley and Rich show on next. McCoy and Irby are on. They're 2 great dudes. They just got a big win, and they play UNLV on Saturday. So make sure you get your comments in, and we're going to keep it going. I saw a good question in here, or a good statement. I think it was Andrew Meadow walk-off dunk against San Diego, or against New Mexico. That was
that was a fun one.
That was a pretty fun one.
No doubt. But, those ones, I mean, you try to celebrate it.
You can't celebrate. You remember, we had to watch film literally 2 hours after that because we had to prepare.
Yeah, and we all wanted to keep playing, and we want to, so those are hard. You can look back on them later, but, we got a job to do. And, like I said, not getting too high, too low, especially in those tournament situations. You got to enjoy it and then be able to turn the page. Our policy is like for the players, like, you got till midnight, and then we got to turn the page.
Yeah, we couldn't celebrate that one at all because we were so worried about the next game. I saw a comment says, RJ Keene looks like a younger Tobey Maguire. Is that a compliment? Did we know what a younger Tobey Maguire looks like?
Was he the Spider-Man?
I think so, right, BJ?
I think he was.
I think that got to be a compliment, right?
I think so. Yeah, he's a movie star.
I might put that clip on my Instagram story later. I mean, that's good publicity,
Put those side-by-side pictures.
Yeah,
that's right.
So another comment is, what are your thoughts on the NIL budget? I mean, you've been in the basketball realm for many years. You were there when you were recruiting.
We don't have enough time to talk about that. Let's talk about something fun. I
got another good one.
You got fun ones. There we go.
What's one thing that people don't know about you that would least expectly know about you? Like, what have you not told anyone?
Maybe my wide range of interests, my wide range of music, I'm a comedy aficionado, right?
Yep, you do bring
all the different weird books I read and different things.
You're an interesting guy, Leon.
Yeah, so maybe that would be it. Now that I'm not just
sports trivia, you hit me one every day. I feel like.
You're right. I'm that's all I did my entire life growing up is sports and my family, but I branch off to other things. So,
do you consider you're the best pickleball player, staff player wise, or who's the best duo? Like, who do you think?
I don't know. I just compete against myself. RJ, I'm at peace with my game. I don't yell at Berto anymore when he hits it straight down into the net, which seems like it would be mathematically impossible because he's like 6'7", but he can literally hit it straight down and goes right into the net. And I don't even yell at him anymore.
Because I got a call from Max Teams at like midnight, and I'm like, Teams, why are you all like rattled? He goes, I don't know if I want to go to practice the next day. Leon just gave me the hardest 4 hours of pickleball of my life.
Yeah, no, I'm getting better. I just like to enjoy myself out there and anything that's competitive. And
I mean, the chat doesn't know, but this is 2-time pickleball champion right here.
Yes, it's all about recruiting. I got the best player, and That's it.
Should we tell them that you kind of like told me to play bad so they would think I'm a worse player?
He tanked the tryouts.
Literally, don't have a pickleball court in my backyard.
He tanked the tryouts, and I said, "I'll take Keene." That's it.
People, you talk about your music playlist, and you're in the weight room with your AirPods in a lot, and you kind of like your old school music.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song, like your go-to lifting song, like that? Because people don't realize you're the strongest coach.
Thank you. There you go.
I would say, West. Wherever Osselberger does the steroids at, they're from the west of that.
TJ, he just gets smaller shirts than I get, you know?
I mean, they put you in a small, people be talking about steroid Leon.
I love TJ. He's a great dude, man. Heck of a coach, too. I'm all over the place, but, you got to play that Rocky stuff and, all that kind of stuff. I like the old school Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire, those kind of things.
Sweet. I think we're ready for the giveaway.
Oh, let's do that.
So BJ's, if it's Naismith, Reigns. Just making sure.
The winner is Karen Reigns. Yeah.
No, we have a wheel coming around. We have an exciting game on Friday. If you haven't bought your ticket yet, make sure you buy your tickets. You're going to miss out on the old school rivalry. It's back.
Yeah, what a great weekend in Boise. We got our game Friday night.
UNLV at 1:30.
And we got UNLV 1:30. Supposed to be nice weather. It doesn't get any better than this
68, I think it's a high. I was looking if I got to wear my polo.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun
Ashley Jones is our winner here. Ashley Jones.
Ashley Jones. You have won the 2 courtside tickets.
Nice, Ashley Jones.
Do we know if this is rigged or not, or do we see?
No, it was an actual. You can watch it there. It's an actual
Ashley.
Random generator of names. Anybody that asked a question, we put their name in there. Ashley Jones is the winner.
We had a lot of comments. That was a big wheel.
Did we answer Ashley's question?
Yeah, she was actually the one that asked about the Utah stuff. So,
spin it again.
No, she's an avid BNN supporter. She's a good one to win. That's a good one to win.
We'll look for you, Ashley, at the game. RJ will give you a fist bump.
Coach, why should folks go buy tickets and come on Friday?
Well, like I said, what a great weekend. And, we don't want that place to be all full of vandals. We need some Boise State people there. And it's going to be a heck of an entertaining game. This team that we're playing, they can shoot the heck out of the ball. They got a great coach. It's going to be a neat game, and you'll get to see all of our players. You're going to see all of their players. We're going to even play like an extra 8-minute or 10-minute quarter at the end. Yeah, we're going to do that.
Like we did in Canada?
Yeah, like we did in Canada. Maybe I'll come over with BJ and do the live
commentary.
Yeah.
You got to have a future in that, do you think? Would you do color commentating when you're done?
I would love to. That'd be something I do, but that's for another day.
I know, but I could see you doing it so well, Coach, in like 20 years. Because you might not ever die, I don't think.
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that's true.
Someone try to get me a way to describe you. I'm like, you're an old golden retriever. You're like an old dog. You always find your way home,
Okay.
I think that's a good one. Well, thank you for tuning in to the RJ Keene Show. Thank you, Coach Rice, for joining me. Stay tuned to a new link to join the Riley and Ridge Show. They have 2 great guests, 2 great cornerbacks. They're going to win all first-team Mountain West. They're going to beat UNLV by 30 this weekend. So thank you for joining us, and I'll see you guys Friday against the Vandals.
Let's go.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust rowpaint.com to get that job done right.